Vivek Narayan is now in Singapore. He joins me live. MN Singh, Rahul Narvekar, Madhu Goud Yaskhi of the Congress, RSN Singh, formerly of the Raw, GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP. Welcome. First to Vivek. Vivek, great scoop there. You beat everyone to it. I think the entire Indian media had landed up at Bali.
Yeah, we had a situation where there were actually 18 television news networks, about 30 Indian journalists there. And there was a moment where actually when the immigration police actually came and scooped us out because they had specific inputs that a group called Laskar Bali, which is a dreaded narco criminal gang there, was given money to eliminate Chhota Rajan, and they were to masquerade as journalists. So that's why the security around him was very tight. But we did manage to speak to him. I actually went and saw him in the prison cell once. He refused to come out and speak to me because he was not very sure of my identity. He asked me the name, I told him the name, but still he looked at me, he was a scared person. Remember, about 10 years back, the last person who met him in Bangkok was a pizza boy who actually pumped about 5-6 bullets into him. So he's a man who's really scared. All this talk of arrest should be taken with a pinch of salt, Arnab, because this man had nowhere to go. He was hunted down in Bangkok, he was hunted down in Australia. Now he's trying to hard sell himself, the torchbearer for India's fight against terror. So for a man who has committed about 17 murders, 24 cases of attempted murder, all kinds of other criminal activities, his claims has to be taken with a pinch of salt. Saying that, I would also add that there have been situations, especially people who were convicted in the 1993, people who were suspects in the 1993 Mumbai blasts, people who were out of country, people who were elsewhere in Mumbai, where actually the agencies were actually helped by Chhota Rajan and his men to actually physically eliminate them, and some of them were actually arrested.
Yeah.
So it's a tough call. When I spoke to him, he also sounded like a politician, Arnab. Somehow it came to me that, it's quite possible that maybe after a light sentence, which he expects he gets from India, you might actually see a corporator Chhota Rajan.
That will be an unfortunate day, really. I mean, I personally don't believe in this rubbish about a patriotic gangster at all. Gangster is a gangster. Some people, however, now want to present Chhota Rajan as India's greatest patriot. What a lot of rubbish there. Now, you can stay there if you can, live from Singapore. Vivek Narayan, who scooped that interview with Chhota Rajan. Mr. Rao, Narasimha Rao, why do you want to trust this man, Chhota Rajan? Giving him a red carpet welcome. I mean, after all, he's an underworld don who's been on the run for 20 years. You make him into some kind of a hero. He's a murderer, a smuggler, a drug trafficker, an extortionist, a gangster, and a fugitive from Indian law for 20 years. He calls himself patriotic only because he had a bitter breakup with Dawood, now has an axe to grind against him. But why are you falling for his story?
But I think he has been arrested in Bali. Do you expect Indian government not to have him extradited or not to bring him back to India and make him accountable for all his actions? I think where has the government given him a clean sheet?
No, then
I think it's your assumption.
No, then
where has he been given a red carpet? Red carpet welcome. I think it's your own assumption.
No, I'm not assuming anything. I'm saying this man faces 75 cases in India, from murder, extortion to drug trafficking. 4 of these cases are under the Prevention of Corruption Act. Prevention of Terrorism Act. 4 of the cases are under TADA. 20 cases under Makoka. You must say tonight that you will never give him a clean sheet in the West. You will never let him turn approver and get away with it, because that's a fear. There's a fear, isn't there? Rahul Narvekar also agrees that you're going to let this man turn approver.
Not just that. What I fail to understand is the stand of the Maharashtra government. The chief Home Secretary today says that we are handing over the case of this gentleman to the CBI. I mean, what are you saying? That the Mumbai police is not capable of handling this? Are you trying to malign the image and the reputation and the character of the Mumbai police by conceding that they are not capable and they are guilty of being hand in glove with the underworld? Is that what you are trying to imply? This is definitely not doing any good for the morale of the Mumbai police and the least
to
the law enforcing agencies in the country.
He's asking counter question.
Have you got something to fear?
Oh,
what is
Mr.
wrong?
Narasimha Rao, I think you've got. We are saying you have the investigation the way it is supposed to be. Why are you making exceptions? You are the people who are fearing something. If you wouldn't have had anything to fear, you wouldn't have made these special
CBI is going to...
It is
it's a relevant question.
It's over to the CBI.
Who has decided?
I think why are you developing cold feet?
Who has decided to act otherwise and not follow the procedure?
No, it's a relevant question that he's asking.
You are doubting your own force. You are doubting your own police force in the state.
No.
And that is what you are guilty of.
No.
Why are you developing cold feet?
RSN Singh.
Bharatiya Janata Party
RSN Singh, a question, relevant question by Mr. Rao, who puts a counter question. And by the way, Mr. Rahul Narvekar, you have nothing to fear.
Absolutely nothing.
No political leader in India has ever had anything to do with Dawood Ibrahim.
Absolutely, I don't.
Or with any of his intermediaries.
Absolutely, not to my mind.
Sent money, taken money.
Not to my knowledge.
No political leader's name is in the annexures of that Vora committee.
Not to my knowledge. I'm sure that Arnab has his links with. If Arnab can get across to Chhota Rajan in Bali, I'm sure he can get across to that annexure which the Supreme Court has probably said that shouldn't be disclosed.
Are you afraid of something?
No, I'm not. I am just appreciating your intelligence, your skills of getting information which no one else can get.
No, but is the why?
I am complimenting you, Arnab.
I don't know about the Mumbai police. You have a lot of faith in the Mumbai police. As far as I tell you what the Mumbai police does. The Mumbai police gives a long clean chit to Peter Mukherjee, long rope to Peter Mukherjee and Indrani Mukherjee. And the same Mumbai police went last time, RSN Singh, we know what happened when Chhota Rajan was caught the last time. Who let him get away? It was the Mumbai police. And it is legendary. People have said that Dawood has more people and informers in the Mumbai police than outside. I mean, these are facts here. So please, Mr. Rao's question is very relevant.
It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate to malign the image and character of the Mumbai police without any concrete evidence in your hand.
That's all right.
These are people who have really shown their talent during the 26/11
It's okay. RSN Singh.
These are people who kept Mumbai in gear all the time throughout.
RSN Singh, is Mr. Rao's question appropriate? Do political parties have something to fear?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Arnab, let me tell you, nobody, I think, in the right mind would put a patriotic tag on Chhota Rajan. But definitely it is perfectly legitimate for intelligencies to use split groups to neutralize other group. It is perfectly legitimate. If I were an intelligence officer, I would look upon him totally as an asset. And let me tell you, what the people are really afraid of is not Dawood's network in Pakistan. 70% of the network is here in India.
What do you mean?
And that network extends to the political class, to the Bollywood, to the cricket fraternity. Its honeymoon, Dawood's honeymoon with cricket started from Sharjah in 80s. And you had a mix of politics and cricket when allegedly a high-profile minister's wife was eliminated when she was going to spill the beans about this Dawood-controlled betting syndicate. And as far as, just listen to me, just listen to me, and let me tell you, just let me complete. After 93 blasts, unfortunately in this country, Dawood's honeymoon with the Bollywood started. And you had Bollywood actors and actresses going to Dubai and gyrating to the dirty music of Dawood.
Who's this wife of the minister who knew everything about these scandals?
And these same fellows. No. I use the word alleged. You can't, stop me from, from conjecturing a thing based on reports. So, but I'm telling you, he infiltrated into the Bollywood after the Mumbai blast, and then you had these ugly actors and actresses gyrating on his tunes in Dubai. And the same people today who are talking about intolerance in India, they had no shame in gyrating to the tunes of this underworld dawn. So, as far as Chhota Rajan is concerned, sir, I totally look upon him as an asset to neutralize Dawood Ibrahim. And let me tell you, the entire Dawood's networks Dawood's network surfaced here after Yaqub Memon's blast, when you had all sorts of these so-called intellectuals, you had these activists on an overdrive to stave off his hanging. That is his network, and that is what Chhota Rajan may be helpful in dismantling, and that is why these people are nervous.
Okay.
And if, as the debate goes on,
the Congress,
don't provoke me any further.
No, what's Madhu Goud Yaskhi, the BJP indicates others are very nervous that they have got Chhota Rajan. Almost indicating Madhu Goud Yaskhi as if the BJP is the only party which has managed to use Chhota Rajan as a strategic asset to expose Dawood. The implications are clear. The BJP's challenge is that the other political side is afraid if Dawood and his cohorts get exposed. Let's be very blunt about it. That Dawood and his cohorts have infiltrated the political system as well. GVL Narasimha Rao asked, are you nervous that we've scooped Rajan? He's saying more. He's saying more. He's adding more. Madhu Goud, he's making another point.
Let me say, first of all, here, the arrest, if you look at the first pictures of his arrest, looks like a stage managed. I don't know why it is making a big issue arresting him. It's like the way he was so happy to, he's laughing and with the police officer standing next to him when he was arrested. I never seen any criminal who was arrested so happy to get arrested. And secondly, it's like a pahad ko khod ke chuva ko pakde jaisa. The government, Mr. Modi, promised before elections that he will bring Dawood in 100 days. And to cover up his failure to bring Dawood here and getting arrested a dead criminal, maybe Chhota Rajan, is a very chota. And he is showing as if like they caught a big fish.
But what did you do? But what did you do for all the time you were in power? For all the time you were in power, you had an offer of Dawood, bringing Dawood to India. You did not bring Dawood to India because you said you could not break your word to him. No, sorry, Mr. Madhu Goud Yaskhi.
Listen.
Mr. Madhu Goud Yaskhi, Mr. Madhu Goud Yaskhi, so what if it is stage managed? Sorry, one second, Mr. Yaskhi, 1 minute. No, Mr. Yaskhi, listen to me, Mr. Yaskhi. So what if it is stage managed? Mr. Yaskhi, so what if it is stage managed? 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 What did you do to get Dawood? My question is, RSN Singh is asking you a question. What did you do to get Dawood? Why did you not get Dawood? You had a chance to get Dawood. Why didn't you get him? Why didn't you get him? Why were you afraid of getting Dawood back? What were you scared of? Are there film stars and cricketers who you know who are in touch with Dawood? Who are these people? Have any of these people campaigned for your party? Do you have links with film stars and cricketers? Do you know the people who are compromised by Dawood? Who are you defending? RSN Singh
made a big promises to the nation. That he will bring back as a Superman Dawood back into the country.
Arnab,
get arrested.
No. It's Mr. Rao.
Mr. Rao. Where is Mr. Dawood? What is the government is doing?
Mr. Rao.
In power.
It's a case of sour grapes for the Congress. We have a big, we have got a big gangster, a big don into our net, which could possibly help us to nab Dawood very early. When Dawood wanted to surrender, Congress government, both in the state and center, rejected the offer. They did not want him to come back. And today, when we are possibly closing in on Dawood, and Congress and NCP are questioning, they are again developing cold feet.
Cold feet.
What are you
Mr. Narasimha Rao, nobody is questioning. Nobody is opposing in it. Nobody is questioning. The way you are projecting, as Mr. Arnab rightly asked, as if like giving a red carpet welcome, as if you're making him a big hero out of him. That's what we are questioning about it. What is that you promised?
Who said that?
You promised, Mr. Modi promised in 100 days. In 100 days to bring back Dawood back into country.
No, Mr. Narasimha Rao,
you projecting as
Mr. Narasimha Rao, I have two simple questions for you. And your contradiction can be exposed straight away. Number one, can you tell me, first of all, stop glorifying these underworld chaps by calling them great dons and big dons. They are goons who have to be booked. There's no doubt about that.
What about politicians who have links with them? What about politicians who have links with them? What about film stars who have links with them? What about superstars who have links with them? What about cricketers who have links with them? What about union ministers and politicians who have links with them? My question is very simple. Expose the politicians. Expose the stars.
Anyone who has not abided by the law of this country should be booked and should be dealt with formally.
RSN Singh,
now my question to the
RSN Singh, I don't want to make it political. I don't want to make it political.
No, you have to allow me to
I don't want to make it political.
You have to allow me to, sorry, you have to allow me to complete. If the allegation of the Bharatiya Janata Party is that the Congress NCP failed to get Dawood for ulterior motives, then why has the Narendra Modi government not got him till date? Does that mean that the Narendra Modi government is also scared of Dawood? That he will spill some beans? By your logic, the fingers are pointing back to you. But the fact that Narendra Modi has not got back Dawood Ibrahim in 100 days proves that he did not want to get him back, and the Bharatiya Janata Party has something to hide.
RSN Singh, who's scared RSN? Let's speak up tonight.
Just
what's going on here?
Yeah. Just all these people. All these politicians and people representing the political parties, you must understand, and I'm sure you would agree that you want to put a proxy war by Pakistan to an end. After 93, Dawood Ibrahim graduated from being an underworld don to a proxy war center. Today there are two main centers of proxy war operating. One is at Hafiz Saeed at one level and from Dawood Ibrahim at another level. Do you know that Dawood Ibrahim at the behest of ISI was trying to forge a strategic united front comprising Maoists, insurgents of the northeast, militant networks in Kashmir and militant networks within Pakistan. So I'm very sure that all these people in the panel, all politicians, I treat them as patriotic, would want this, this entire proxy war infrastructure to be dismantled. So therefore, sir, I would urge you to look upon Chhota Rajan just as an asset. In India, the intelligence agencies have no legal pass. There is no provision of plea bargaining here. So many murders, so many this thing he will get. There are no extenuating factors as far as law is concerned. Even if you label him as a patriot, in the courts of law, it is not going to be an extenuating factor. So, sir, all of you should be very happy that one major step has been taken in getting closer to Dawood. And more than Dawood, sir, I am interested in dismantling of this network in India. So why should everyone
see Chhota Rajan's animosity with Dawood is something that Indian agencies MN Singh have reportedly used to their advantage in the past. Point one. It has been said that Rajan has targeted several members of the D gang, D company successfully, even those who have had a hand in the 1993 blast. On the other side, please explain to me, MN Singh, why is it that Indian politicians are so sympathetic about Dawood? One of our senior politicians even went to the extent of saying that if we get Dawood on the premise that we will not act against him, then we have to keep our promise to Dawood. Why are Indian politicians so worried about keeping their promise and their word to Dawood? MN Singh, why? What's been going on? How deep are the links with the political parties? And does RSN Singh have a point when he says film stars, right? Film stars, politicians, cricketers have had deep links with Dawood. And since politicians are usually known to mentor both film stars and cricketers, do you think politicians, and specifically, Rahul, one or two specific politicians, do you think they have the most to lose?
Arnab, you must name them. I don't know why you holding back your punches. I think you should. You're doing a disservice to the nation by concealing their names. I really think, Arnab, you should spell out their names.
It'll come out with the Vora Committee report.
I request you. You must do it.
Yes, the Vora Committee report will come
from the way you've conducted the show in the past as well, you've always. I mean, you seem to know everything. Why don't you spell it out?
It'll come out with the Vora Committee report.
I think you should. You're doing disservice to the nation.
It'll come out with the Vora Committee report. Yes, please. I'll take your reaction then. MN Singh.
Well, Arnab, the government of India is in possession of all the information about who has links with Dawood Ibrahim and all that. And the government of India can disclose that if government of India is serious about tackling this problem.
Exactly.
I mean, why keep hammering on the old points? I mean, I had told you earlier on this, your show, that during the course of investigation of 93 blast case, we had recovered huge quantity of photographs from the house of Tiger Memon, the prime accused in the case, which showed him in the company of film stars, cricketers, politicians, businessmen, diamond merchants, and all kinds of people. You see, so there is plethora of information available with the government of India of today, and they can disclose it if they are serious about it. I mean, there's no point in wasting our time discussing the same thing over and over again.
No, I don't think we're wasting anyone's time.
They have
so
links.
Tell me more about it. MN Singh, for our viewers joining us today. And by the way, Rahul Narvekar said you must do a service to the nation by revealing the names of politicians who have had links with Dawood. I would like to assure you, look here, Mr. Narvekar, we'll do that service to the nation very soon.
Please do that. You must.
Very soon we'll do that service to the nation.
You'll be applauded.
Yes, we'll do that service to the nation very soon.
You'll certainly be applauded for that.
Now my question is, please tell me a little bit more, please. Please tell me, how many of these, what kind of superstars had links with Dawood? Superstars and cricketers. Tell us more, MN Singh. What kind of pictures did you get? Please elaborate.
Why do you want me to name one of the superstars whom I arrested is sitting in the jail today? You know that. Do I have to reveal his name?
And there were others?
There are so many names which were involved in betting in the cricket betting.
Oh, cinema star.
Mohammad Azharuddin's photograph was one which was his photograph was. Now you don't want me to go on disclosing the names.
No, but there were several cricketers and cinema stars.
I have given all this information to the government of India.
Right, and there were lots of others. What about politicians, sir? Please tell us.
Yes, cinema stars, cricketers, businessmen, politicians,
senior politicians from across all parties or few particular parties?
I don't know what you mean by senior politicians.
I mean ministers, ex-chief ministers.
You can please ask the government of India.
Central ministers?
You please ask the government of India. They have
central ministers.
They have all the information. If
central ministers,
sir. Serious, they can disclose these names.
Union ministers, people who went on
to me.
So senior ministers.
There were some there were some journalists also, my dear. There were some journalists also in that.
There were some journalists also. You have the names? You have the names?
I think journalists figure in a lot of such lists.
That's all right.
Ask the government of India to disclose.
Tell me, yes. So, but the list is there. It's part of the Vora Committee report, or it's given separately as your independent report? Mr. MN Singh, part of the Vora Committee report or your independent report?
Whatever recoveries we had made during the course of investigation was a part of the investigation paper, and it is all there in the charge sheet, and the information was given. Let me tell you, I was heading a special investigation team which comprised the Intelligence Bureau, the CBI, the RAW,
I'm aware.
Besides Bombay Police, and I was the chief of that investigation team.
Yeah.
Now they had all the information along with as the investigation progressed, they were collecting all the information and passing it on to their headquarters. So
right.
There is nothing that is hidden from them. They were part of the investigation team. IB, CBI, RAW and Bombay Police were a composite team which investigated the case. So
and
they have all the information.
Which year did you submit the report?
I don't have to disclose.
Which year did you submit the report?
After some. I'm telling you, this is a 93 blast case investigation. And the charge sheet was filed on 4th of November 1993.
Okay, Narasimha Rao was in power.
And thereafter, the case was handed over to the CBI.
Mr. Madhu Goud Yaskhi,
CBI
Mr. Madhu Goud Yaskhi realized this.
The case.
I understand your point. Madhu Goud Yaskhi's Congress party was in power. Why did Narasimha Rao try to conceal the names of all these politicians, film stars, and cricketers? What were you scared of? Why did you do this, sir?
So let me tell you first one.
Why did you do it, sir?
Let me tell you one thing.
No, why did you do it? Just answer why you did it.
Let me answer it. Mr. Arnab, you can't ask us for an allegation.
I'm not putting any allegation. I have one person who says I gave a list of people and it happened when the Congress party was in power. Please explain why you did it.
Let Mr. Singh say the report he gave. Congress there, then NDA was there, Mr. Vajpayee was in government, now Mr. Modi is in government. All right.
You realize
under law, sir, you cannot have a plea bargain with an accused one.
Sir, there are... one second.
What Mr. Narasimha Rao did, why don't you ask GVL Narasimha Rao, why is the BJP government not doing anything about it today? Forget about the past.
They have all access to the government papers, right? They're disclosing all classified documents, and you're coming out and now and asking as if like Mr. Narasimha Rao has a deal with Dawood Ibrahim. The way you're asking, the way language and the tone of your body language.
I am simply asking you that in 1993 a list is given, Mr. Yaskhi, I am saying in 1993 a list is given of top politicians, cinema stars, superstars as well as cricketers who had dealings with the D company. It was given to you and you hid it, you buried it. I hope you didn't destroy it. A, why did you do that? B, you can't, unless you can take MN Singh to court and say he's lying.
This is your assumption.
Is he lying? No, it's not my assumption. MN Singh was the head of the investigation. He said it before you. What am I assuming?
That let him. What do you mean?
I'm not assuming a thing.
Okay, as if you're saying that is maybe. What was the India government doing under Vajpayee for 6 years? If that is the case,
that's passing the buck.
What is the present India government doing? Mr. Modi is doing it.
That's passing the buck.
Mr. Modi is doing it now for the past 16 months. Who promised to bring back Dawood back into the country?
No. Why were you passing the buck?
Promised not a single ceasefire violation.
Mr. Rao,
if anyone get killed, what is he doing it now?
I think.
Watch. Mr. Rao.
How much cleanup? I think whether it is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, 1984 riots, 1993 blast, how much of dirt and
2002 Godhra riots, 2002 Godhra riots, Mr. Narasimha Rao.
We will clear all of it.
2002 Godhra.
You have created
2002 Godhra to Dadri.
You have hidden so much.
Godhra to Dadri. Godhra to Dadri. Your party president was in jail.
Investigations.
Mr. Amit Shah was in jail.
Investigations into communal violence have been
Mr. Amit Shah was in jail.
Done at the highest level.
And your Prime Minister is not allowed to visit any country.
I have two questions. Who was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra? Who was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra in the period 1993 to 1995? Who was the Prime Minister of India in the period 1993 to 1995? We know from the person heading the investigation, he says he gave the papers. We also know Dawood was about to return to India, but some ridiculous politician puts a ridiculous argument that we couldn't have let him down. And as a result, Dawood has been protected from Indian law. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm short of time. We'll do that national service, Rahul Narvekar. We'll reveal the name. MN Singh has made a big point tonight.
First and foremost,
MN Singh has made a big revelation.
Unfortunately,
MN Singh.
Arnab is very good at shouting before the camera, but he doesn't understand the legal provisions. And that's why he speaks like that.
Rahul Narvekar,
if at all there was an investigation report, and if a charge sheet has been filed in court, the police has definitely put all this record on before the court.
It's going to come out.
So this is in public domain.
Good.
What are you talking about?
Now,
if you are so interested in it, make the effort of pulling it out from the records of the court.
You know, Mr. Narvekar, panic is an expression which is transparent on television. MN Singh, last word to MN Singh tonight. Last word to MN Singh.
Into the proper facts.
Last word to MN Singh.
See, Arnab, I only want to say something about this so-called offer of surrender by Dawood Ibrahim. Well, let me tell you, Arnab, it was just a ruse. Dawood Ibrahim never had any intention of surrendering.
I don't know.
He was making such impossible conditions which
I
no
don't
government,
know. I don't know.
Congress,
accept the conditions,
NCP,
get the man and hang him.
No,
accept the conditions.
Now you are
accept the conditions. Sorry, sorry, Mr. MN Singh. MN Singh, this country does not. This country does not need to live by its word to Dawood Ibrahim. Any smart person would have got Dawood Ibrahim. You could have got Dawood Ibrahim, accepted his conditions, and then hanged him from the nearest lamppost.
He never wanted to surrender.
Let him get him to India. Get him to India and hang him.
He was putting such impossible conditions. Nobody would have accepted.
I don't think you need to keep your conditions. Anyway, now we are totally out of time.
That's very unfair.
I think big revelation. Big revelation. MN Singh, I thank you. I thank GVL Narasimha Rao, Madhu Goud Yaskhi, RSN Singh, and a rather worried Rahul Narvekar for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you.